Once we set up the start line, you can go to the other side. Okay, let's line the buoys down the stretch. Keep it tight against the bank. We're laying out the course for the Rotary Dragon Boat Festival. Hard to believe it's been almost 30 years. What started as a little idea, just something for the community, has turned into something bigger than any of us imagined. What's really gratifying is the impact it's had on our community, like a ripple effect.
What indeed was Stratford thinking of? An ordinary average city, population 19,000, symbolically named, yes, but no more so than the village of Shakespeare 8 miles down the road.
Long before Stratford became known for its theater festival or its tourism industry, the Avon River was already at the heart of this community. In the early 1900s, the city faced a choice: let the railway run straight along the riverbank or save it for the people. It took visionaries to protect it. R. Thomas Orr led the fight, backed by publisher Thomas J. Dolan, furniture maker George McLaughlin, and Dr. Edward Henry Ite, who came together to establish the city's first Parks Board. They brought in top landscape architects of the day, F. von Hoffman from New York, and Frederick G. Todd, who had apprenticed with the designers of New York's Central Park. Together, they transformed the Avon River and its banks into a park system unlike any other in Ontario. Thanks to their vision, the Avon River became the jewel of Stratford. More than a century later, it's still the stage for the city's most spirited of traditions, including the Rotary Dragon Boat Festival. Today, the river that Thomas Orr and his fellow visionaries protected is still the heartbeat of Stratford. Every spring, it fills again with energy, not from mills or railways, but from paddlers.
Everything, first stroke, first 5. Ready? Go!
Weeks before the races begin, teams gather on the river to train, finding their rhythm, building their spirit, preparing for the big day.
Come on!
9, 10, 11, 12, and...
We've been at the Stratford event for probably about 10 years. It's just so much fun. It's so beautiful and it's extremely well run. Brings so many people from so many different walks of life.
Lively Dragon, power of tea!
Welcome to the 27th Stratford Rotary Dragon Boat Festival. This year's event is packed with exciting races involving 44 teams, including 6 breast cancer survivor teams.
Our first time here paddling, it is. We heard all about Stratford and we decided to come to Stratford. Avalon Dragons is a breast cancer survivor dragon boat team. We are from Newfoundland. I was in my early 40s. I had a double mastectomy and, you know, it was one of those things that this happens. We provide support for each other and basically because we're all in the same boat. We've all gone through the same journey, a little bit different to each other, but we can be there to support each other. We'll get first prize for looking good.
We came first in our own lane.
You know, every race.
On behalf of the Rotary Club, I just want to welcome everyone out on this beautiful day to the banks of the Avon River. This event takes a lot of effort to pull off. We have over 130 volunteers here today. This year, we are fast approaching $1 million in funds. That $1 million goes towards making this community a better place to be and the world a better place to be. And I can't think of a better place to be today than down here on the banks of the Avon River, enjoying some entertainment, enjoying the races. All the best for great racing today.
And thank you. So Susan, you're now invited to be part of the eye dotting ceremony, also called the Awakening of the Dragon. The ritual is traditional and is used to officially open every Dragon Boat Festival. According to folklore, the ritual was to instill the spirit of the dragon into the boat and also give strength to the paddlers.
1996, when we had our first race, Rotary hoped to, if this event did 10 years, they'd be ecstatic. We're still here. It's unbelievable.
For Dragon Boat Festival co-founder Ken Jean, the Awakening of the Dragon reinforces the connection with his Chinese heritage.
My father had immigrated from Hong Kong in the 1950s, and like a lot of immigrants, he went to work as a waiter in a Chinese restaurant here in Stratford. My mother served tables as well. Eventually she said, why don't we start our own restaurant? Okay, welcome to Jean's Restaurant. They opened Jean's on my 8th birthday back in 1970. And right away, they put me to work in the kitchen, washing vegetables. That's where I learned what it meant to work hard, to be part of a family business. The Dragon Boat Festival started with the idea of organizing a canoe club. I was into competitive canoe racing. Another paddler, Brian McNeil Smith, and I said, why don't we create a competition on the Avon River, a Dragon Boat Festival? It was part of my Chinese heritage and something for the community. The Rotary Club came on board, and here we are almost 30 years later. Yes, I run a restaurant, but my real passion is dragon boating. And the athletes I've been able to coach have gone to win prizes in top international competitions. And they got into the sport here in Stratford.
We're really proud of the work that we do here in the community. The impact of the Dragon Boat Festival ripples well beyond the banks of the Avon River. We have over 130 volunteers that pull off the event. Volunteers are made up of Rotarians, family, network of supporting friends. It's a community that brings this event together for Rotary.
Grassroots initiatives are absolutely critical to the vitality of our communities. And so that's one of the things I always try to do in my local government class in particular, is to really emphasize the importance of giving back and getting involved in the community. So many wonderful things happen because of the passion, the dedication, and the commitment of local volunteers. And without them, this community, Stratford, or any other community in which there is Rotary or another service club would be all the poorer without their presence and their activities. They just contribute so much to the betterment of our lives.
The spirit that fuels the Dragon Boat Festival also ignited the drive to build the Stratford Rotary Complex, a community center in use every day of the year. Just before Christmas, families gather here for the annual To Stratford with Love Christmas dinner, organized by the charity Simple Dreams. And it all started with ice cream.
Well, this year will mark 37 years that we have been doing To Stratford with Love. And To Stratford with Love is a Christmas dinner that we put on for people in the community, regardless of their social status. We're able to feed at least 1,000 people in one seating.
For many people, what we do is a very simple dream, in the fact that having a bed to sleep on. Many, many people in our community don't experience that comfortable sleep because they don't have a bed.
The dragon boat races have a huge impact in our community and beyond. And for ourselves, with what we do with Simple Dreams, it's a great fundraiser for us because we scoop ice cream there. Let's do this. It's ice cream time. And we just happen to have pralines and cream. Do a bigger scoop than that.
Rotary sparked an idea that was once unthinkable, ridding the world of a horrible disease, polio.
I always say that it's because of Rotary that it allows very, very ordinary people like you and me. We are ordinary people, but we can do extraordinary things because of the power of Rotary and the connections we have.
In the decades since Rotary and its partners started this journey, billions of children have been protected from polio.
You often have a Rotarian say that I do this for altruistic reasons. I do it because I'm doing good in the world. But honestly and truly, if you don't get something back out of what you are doing, then you're not fulfilling the whole obligation.
Because polio isn't unstoppable. We are. Together, we end polio.
When you go to bed at night, whisper in your ear, you did good today. You made a difference today. Look at the differences that you have initiated to lift people out of where they are, to give them comfort, to give them joy. And that's what I say. It is the most amazing opportunity for you to do good in a way that makes you feel good about what you do.
First year was 1927, so many, many years, and the format has changed quite a bit over the years. Well, we're a community that believes in fellowship and getting together and camaraderie, and so this is a perfect opportunity to combine fellowship from the rural and urban areas. And I think at this time in what's going on in the world, perfect time for us to all gather in fellowship.
As I'm Rotarian, and then we get together. It's a one of the biggest fundraising, and then we are enjoying. And then, this is a committee dinner. All people come together to support.
The Rotary Club has a hidden impact because they're humble about what they do. They're not very showy about it. It's just a bunch of people who are volunteers who decide to make a difference in the lives of their community.
I measure the impact of Rotary through meeting some of the young people that they help, what they do internationally, and also just as someone who runs a non-for-profit, to have such strong partners who have amazing relationships in the community and do such good things. They make me feel really, really proud to be part of this community. And it's just really interesting walking into a room where I see friends from, the arts and the city, and then my friends who are leaders in agriculture, and they're used to doing this and they look forward to it. So it's a really, really special event.
Years ago, we got involved with Rotary and started donating pork for a meal every year. My biggest reason at that point was the aqua boxes that Rotary puts together. That is a fantastic program because it's so mobile. It can be shipped out to wherever the problems are in an instant. And it's really helping people at the core to make sure that they get clean drinking water, and that keeps people healthy.
Thank you, everybody, for giving up some time on a Saturday morning. Huge thank you to Yutzi Water for lending us the space for this. What we're doing here today is, after a disaster, it's critical that we get clean, safe drinking water delivered as quickly as possible. And today we're doing that. Our fingerprints are going to be in the aqua boxes that are providing relief around the world. We're going to build 504 aqua boxes. The aqua boxes that we build today go onto the truck to Global Medic. Global Medic takes care of the distribution for us. Most of all, have fun, enjoy the fellowship of Rotary. All right, let's roll.
Global Medic, we're definitely a volunteer-driven organization. We were founded at the time and run only by volunteers. Only in the last 10 years or so have we added staff to the team, and we still rely on thousands of volunteers every single day to carry out our work, carry out our programs. And that's no different today when we have all of these Rotary Club volunteers who are out. We would not be able to do the work that we do without volunteers, without their passion and dedication. It just wouldn't happen.
So proud to be part of the Aqua Box. So we actually are getting to the point now, our fundraising is strong enough. We're doing 3 builds a year now. So that works out to about 1,500 Aqua Boxes that we're doing. A lot of what we do in Rotary and a lot of what we do in our lives is don't maybe have a physical product at the end. This is a thing where you actually get to touch and feel and understand. Today we're really doing the international service part of Rotary. Aquabox is a really simple process. There's 2 boxes, 2 ceramic filters in the top bucket, take dirty water in, so from a creek bed, wherever you can find it, and they filter through the top 2 filters into the bottom box. Into that bottom box is where the clean water sits. Spigot to serve it up, and it will serve a family of 5 for up to a year. So we've got 3 different clubs that are kind of helping out today. We've got the Downey Optimist Club, who have supplied the tables, which frees up some funding, which means more aquaboxes. We have the Rotary Club of Grand Bend, through that district grant, has raised $6,000 towards today's build. And we've also been partnering with the Rotary Club of Barrie. They saw our project, wanted to be part of it, and they have donated $10,000 and sent down 20 volunteers.
The Aquabox campaign is one of the hidden gems of Rotary, a club that is known more for its local projects, like the Stratford Perth Rotary Hospice. This is where Judy Madron's mother received end-of-life care.
The concept of hospice had been in our own family for a long time. My husband was instrumental in beginning the first community-based hospice in Canada. But we knew about the kind of care that volunteers, nurses, and doctors and community members. So we'd known about that for a long time. And we were living here when the hospice was going to become a reality. My mother, as odd as this sounds, was part of a team. She was a director of the team. Whatever she needed or wanted was what mostly happened. And the sense of life, the humor. You know, we often think that, oh, when somebody's dying, it's pretty dark and pretty dim, but there was a sense of humor around the whole experience. And the design of the hospice with these windows that look out onto, it was bird feeders, but my mother called them squirrel feeders. She felt like she was part of life again. That was the thing. I guess what interests me is that the hospice actually feels like it is part of the community. It's not a house of death. The hospice feels like it's part of it all.
The Rotary Club of Stratford's been supporting minor hockey for over 100 years. It started back in early 1900s where we were clearing ice on the Avon River, supporting different leagues with minor hockey. From there, it translated into, we joined forces with the local YMCAs, and then it translated into different high school leagues. Today, we still have Rotary minor hockey with thousands of kids participating in Rotary minor hockey every year.
The 2 veteran leaders of the Tampa Bay Lightning, Dave Vanderchuk and Tim Taylor. That meant so much to the head coach.
So my first 4 years were with the Detroit Red Wings. I spent 2 years with the Boston Bruins, 2 years in the New York Rangers, and 7 in Tampa Bay.
Tim Taylor is one of the many who have benefited from Rotary hockey. As a player in the NHL, he won 2 Stanley Cup championships, one with the Detroit Red Wings and another with the Tampa Bay Lightning. He is now Director of Player Development with the St. Louis Blues.
This is kind of my personal hockey room now. This is where I keep my equipment, and these are sticks that I had used throughout my career and ones I signed now.
Well, at the end of the day, you don't want people that just can afford a sport to play the sport. You want to be included for everyone. People that pay back towards Rotary Club allow young children that have dreams and aspirations of playing the sport they love. And it's very important for their involvement because it allows these kids to go through the sport.
I always played Brownie B, and it was Rotary hockey at the time. And I think all the kids were 7, 8, and I was 5 years old, moved into our house right beside Dufferin Arena. My dad let me go over there, and I talked to one of the coaches and got on the ice and started playing. And the team was called the Sabres at the time. And I remember going over there as the games were at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I would go over at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, spend all morning and afternoon until my game started with my equipment on. and eventually obviously falling in love with the game and loving what the game did for me as a person. Being part of a winning culture, it's a unique city, and what the people in Stratford, the Rotary Club does for athletes in Stratford and kids in general in Stratford is remarkable.
Another important initiative for Rotary is supporting mental health in the hospital. 15 years ago, we were approached by the hospital to support their one of their main fundraising campaigns, and we asked them, where do you want us to direct the funds? They said, we're probably going to have the hardest time raising funds for mental health. And we said, 100%, we are all in. And so we supported mental health from an early stage before it became as well known or as prominent as it is today.
The funding from the government, the Ministry of Health, often just is limited in scope, and it caters to certain aspects of delivery of care. But with the community's support, the foundation has contributed to a lot of equipment and programming on the inpatient unit particularly. There are on the mental health unit, often patients can be aggressive, and we need furniture that can't be moved around much, and so they contributed to these beds and chairs that are hard to move. Might seem simple, but it is a pretty significant contribution.
So we've continued that support. We just renewed, 2 years ago, we renewed another initiative to help renew and refresh the mental health unit at the Stratford General Hospital. And we feel strongly about continuing to support that initiative here in Stratford. It's a very serious issue, and it continues to grow. The mental health unit that we have in Stratford is phenomenal. It needs to be continued to be supported, and the Rotary Club is happy to continue to generate some of the funds to support that.
The focus of Rotary is building a stronger, more resilient community. That's why education is a priority. Through scholarships, Rotary is investing in the leaders of tomorrow.
Being part of the Global Business and Digital Arts program, it provided me with the opportunities of being involved in the community, or basically allowing me to hone my skills to do projects that have such valuable impact. After reading into what the Stratford Rotary Club does, especially when they're a bunch of community members coming together to help provide opportunities for students like me, it really aligned with my own goals and aspirations of creating impact and helping the community in any sort of way that I can possibly can. Especially when my family is immigrants from Vietnam. My mother didn't have the opportunity of finishing school like I did, so it really sort of allows me to empathize with her struggles. So being able to help the community or other people really strikes out to me, because there was not many people like that for my mother. Understanding the struggles of my mother, it really touched me to sort of take upon that role for other people.
Rotary's reach extends far beyond local communities. For decades, Rotary clubs have supported youth exchange programs that give young people the chance to live and study in other countries.
I went to France in the year 2001-2002. They had a presentation of former Rotary Exchange students who had just come back, and they told us, they had a presentation that night and told us their stories and where they went. And a good friend of mine from high school had just come back from Brazil. So I went to hear him talk, and another guy named Mike, and it was one of those things I was like, I want to do that. That is amazing. But the applications were due that Friday. It was a Wednesday. So I went home to my parents and I was like, hi, I want to go on an exchange program. And then I went bowling. And it was like one of those instant things that just changed my life. It changed everything, honestly. It gave me confidence in myself, and it also gave me the chance to travel and meet other people, and and gain experience of being in Europe and all these kind of things, meet new people, experience new cultures. And I think that was a huge influence on all the rest of my life. And so I remember my friends and I, we came down and we were at the river for 2 days, helping people in and out of boats and being part of the Dragon Boat Festival. It was just such a fun time, and it was right before we left, so it was a great experience of, everybody is excited and being out on the water on beautiful days.
Thought you were the one to save me. Showed prized possessions quickly.
I am a part of the folk duo York Street Thought Process with Jaron Camp. Our duo name is also based on the York Street in Stratford, which is pretty special as well. We used to park if you live in Stratford, you know the parking lot off of York Street, and we would typically sit there with a coffee from Revel Cafe in Stratford, and we're definitely sort of integrated in that Stratford community with our music, for sure. I received the Rotary Scholarship when I was in grade 12, $1,500 per every year to go towards my university experience. So I was very grateful, especially since I knew from a young age that I wanted to pursue music in some capacity. So to have that scholarship was very helpful. A big goal of ours was to start playing some folk festivals. We're super honored to have been accepted to a couple this year. So having sort of that financial support to get through my schooling was super, super important to my school experience and also my growth and career growth as a musician. So I'm super grateful for having that.
Your truth is your knowledge that you spread like a virus. Thought you were wise and selfless.
We are 1.4 million Rotarians and members of Rotary across the world. Each of us gives gifts to our communities on a regular basis. What would the world be like if we weren't doing what we were doing? We might not shout it from every single mountaintop, but we are making the most incredible difference in our communities locally and any of the communities we touch internationally as well. And even those communities that we will never, ever, ever, ever see in our lives. It's soul satisfying. It strokes your soul.
I realize you see it too. When you look at me, what do you see? Time changed the way you look at me.
It all started on a very rainy day in 1996, the first Stratford Rotary Dragon Boat Festival. Since that time, and through the help of our sponsors, we have generated $1 million. This $1 million has been given to community groups over the last 28 years, and I'm happy to present the symbolic check on behalf of the club to those groups today. Thank you very much, and hope you enjoy it, and don't spend it all in one spot.